So Sky Knight says, "Hey Brian, what do you think of the alchemist as a healer and a geomancer as a caster?" I would love that personally. I have not really been on the pro geomancer as a healer train. Not that it can't happen. I would love to see alchemist or chemist or something of that nature, just as a way of kind of changing it up, making it not like a non-magical healer. And the best suggestion that I saw that came from the video was that we made was like chemist actually like having kind of a ninja-esque element where the depending on the ingredients you mix, whatever has the effect of the heal, the potion, if you will. But that's just obviously like speculation, so we have no inside information about what is to come. For 16 to be added to PC, sorry, 416 be added to PC, or do I have to go buy a PS5 LMAO? Right now, it was announced for PC and PlayStation 5 at the same time. People I've talked to said that there's a 6-month exclusivity lockdown for PS5, and then it'll go to PC in 6 months, and then it'll go to Xbox 6 months after that. So a year exclusivity deal. So we'll have to wait and see.
Money.
Money.
Did everybody pull these new class ideas from their brains, or did Square Enix mention them? These typically the ideas that float around are things seen in other Final Fantasy games.
Tactics is a good example. Go ahead.
And then because this game has so many little homages to the Final Fantasy franchise, people will get one little thing, and then it has turned into these ideas where there's a handful of jobs that the community is pretty excited about and centers most of their support on, where like you see the same suggestions over and over. We get pretty sure, like, people were pretty ready for there to be Blue Mage before Blue Mage was announced last time, which is why the limited job was such a shock.
The thing with Blue Mage, though, also was that information was leaked, and one of the things we try not to do, and I've had conversations with people in the community who advocated that we do it, but we don't really try to cover the leaks too much because all things are possible to change. And what we saw with Blue Mage is that it was announced, oh my gosh, the leaks are true, and then it's like, then you get more information, and so you've already built up this expectation for hype.
I'm gonna main blue.
Right, I'm main in blue, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, now they kicked me in the balls and I can't main blue.
But they never actually did.
But they never did.
Right.
Like, it's like they gave
just like, so like with the flying being added to ARR, I came out and said, like, be very careful with this, because now if they don't do it, you'll be mad. That's not to say they couldn't do it, and they did do it, which surprised me that they did it that quickly. But it didn't ever have to be added. And the fact that somebody confirmed off of a leak that they thought it was, just put everybody at a huge risk to be disappointed with something that the devs never came out and said.
Yeah. So, and then typically I'll also share, like, it's like, if things are looking reasonable, we'll have more conversations around it. But like, it is a risk because everybody has a different expectation. Everybody kind of it's like everybody has their favorite Pokemon. And when Pokemon didn't have that included, like, there's somebody who was like, this is the best Pokemon ever. All my favorites are here. Someone's like, I can't do this. And so I'm frustrated. So it is a weird, hard line to balance because as like I people, say like, hey, we worked a game, like, we love your stuff. But then at the end of the day, I'm just a fan. Like, I'm just here. I'm just with a guy with a camera, and I'm just excited about this game. And I have to recognize now, with as many as you guys who've subscribed and are here watching us, it's like, I don't know. I try to make sure that I let myself be excited, but then at the same time, I don't give you guys false information or set a false expectation. And I probably fail maybe half the time. I don't know.
So Silas, you said at the beginning, we said housing savage. So a lot of times people, especially on like guild making guides and stuff, say, I wish I had the gil for a house. Actually, the limiter in Final Fantasy 14 on every server I know of is not the amount of gil you have. You could have 200 million gil and it would not make any difference. Yeah. If you only had 1 million gil as far as your likelihood to get a house, because the problem is there just aren't enough. And so it's called, call it housing savage, because people take off work. They take off the whole day when housing's added, and they sit there and they try to get a house. And the number of people that are going to do that is greater than the number of houses that will ever be added in one go. And so inherently, it's just a giant gamble on whether or not you're actually going to get any. So that's why it's kind of seen that there's bots, there's macros. It's just a whole mess.
So Zoe asks, "Am I taking a break when the new baby comes?" Yes, I will be. I will be on a break. You probably won't see me for a little bit, but who knows?
We've been through this before.
We've all been through this before.
We've all been through this before. Andrew, that's why you hate the PTR on WoW, because you get hyped for something and then it's a little bit different. Yeah, absolutely. They, like, for example, in WoW, in order to, it seems like in order to get everybody to level to cap, they removed the ability to freeze experience on the PTR with no intention of removing the ability to freeze experience on live. And so it was immediately like, oh my gosh, this feature's gone. And it's like, well, no, that feature might just be gone for the beta, or with the Relics of the Past changes this week. We don't know. Are those them seeking a new form of balance, or are those? And so, like, the fact that we don't have a PTR in this game, that sword cuts both ways. So, like, on one hand, we can have these things like these Raubon extreme moments that, like, a little bit of testing might have revealed that. We can have class balance issues. We can have things like that. But on the other hand, we don't have firm gameplay of, like, a set of expectations, so we can be kind of delighted by things.
We get our next emoji slot. I just wanted to look because 8 of you have hit the $1 Game Club member button just in the stream alone. 17 more. So a personal challenge, no pressure. But if there's 17 of you guys out there willing to put that hit that member button for $1, that would be amazing. And we'll have a new emote for you guys. I think today. I think the nice thing about YouTube is, despite this weird requirement for the number of members to get the 14th slot, they're actually pretty quick on approving it. So anyway, no pressure.
I'm seeing a couple. You mentioned job balance. Remember, this is part 1. So they've moved to where all job adjustments are done in part 2, which is typically about 2 weeks before the patch drops. So 5.4, we're looking at early December. So you've got, I don't know, a little over a month, right at a month or something like that, until I don't know how time works anymore. I stay home every day. But we've got time. We're gonna sleep a few times.
2020, the year we all went through hell together.
You could tell me it's March remotely right now, and I'm like, well, I can't prove you wrong.
Yeah.
So it feels like it's later. The job adjustments, all they did was confirm that they will be there. They mentioned that Monk Grease Lightning was going to be tackled, but they mentioned last patch that would be tackled in 5.4. So, like, there was nothing in here that was news if you're caught up going into today's live letter. Oh my gosh. Whoa. The Double Game Club, Adagium IRL,
and Michael
Thomas, thank you so much.
And Global Cooldown doing bit drops over on Twitch. Thank you guys so much. Didn't mean for the bit drops. I was just like, all right. Thank you very much for the support, Global. And Varen, you have a good night, sir. Get some rest. We'll have some summary posts. I'll have some news posts. All the good stuff as a part of a patch. So that's 17, 16, 15 away. Maybe we'll get it. I don't know. I'm excited. We'll find out in part 2 of this part 1 thing. Oh man.
So all in all, I don't think this was a particularly surprising live letter so far. I think that, you know, there's something nice about that. There's something nice about just, like, in this world of uncertainty, that it's like, all right, 5.4 is it's not going to surprise me with anything new and different, but it's also not going to surprise me by falling short. It is everything that I think I expected 5.4 to be. Yeah. Looks like it'll be a fun patch.
Yes.
Especially once we have a little more context of, like, there's going to be more Boja, and it's like, well, I don't know what this Boja is like.
Yes. That's the best thing. And it's so interesting because it's like Boja is on Tuesday. Boja is on Tuesday. And it's so exciting.
Asua, another $5 Game Club member. Thank you. Is that 14 to go?
14 to go. And it's not the 5, like, any member is like Asua. Michael for the $5 is great.
I mean, I would love to have YouTube be a friend of mine when I asked if I could borrow $1, because they view all bills as worth the same amount. As far as the emote goes, the $1 Game Club and the $5 Game Club, We notice the difference. YouTube is like, meh.
Thank you, Asu.
What are these coins in my pocket? They're all worth the same amount.
We're Google.
Do these have value? All right.
So the UI guy is here. I would love.
UI
love.
guy.
Do I think Dark should get a buff?
I don't know what SEK are, but we just got 50 of them to be asked if Dark Knight should get a buff.
Thank you so much for that super chat. That's basically like $10.
Okay.
Or like, yeah, around that kind of range, 8 to 10. I would love to see Dark Knight get a little bit of a buff. But I like how it plays, honestly. I don't know what I would change, though. I would love to see the combo system. I know I'm alone. I know I get people saying that's going to be super easy mode. But when I play Paladin, there were 3 adjustments I would make to Paladin, and it's all in having skills upgrade. Same thing with Summoner. I would love to see the combo system come in as an option for me to I'd end up if they announced that today, I would literally have to go redo all of my controller guides because I would have the non-combo guide and the combo guide. Hey, Carlinzo, good morning.
Thank you for the pound, Lou. All right, so we're back. This is the UA game designer, Kai Odagiri. And then they're having to shift the way they're sitting, kind of keep their safety measures intact. We're just now learning in the United States that having a large party without masks on is a bad idea. So it's nice to see that over in Japan they're treating things a little more seriously.